sort of, wait, deleting this shit and going editing the video. Good morning, YouTube and the internet. This is going to be a mild rant, hopefully I'll keep it mild, about Repco. I've just walked into Repco. I'm doing the 300ZX driveline with a spindle nut for a dry shaft, common across many makes and models, a 2.5-inch exhaust gasket, incredibly common, and the broken exhaust stud. And I took it to make sure I got the right sizing and the make sure it had the correct unthreaded component, make sure I got the right one. I've double checked the RB head ones are not the same. I can't use them. So, Repco is an Australian and New Zealand. I think they've got other stores around the world, but mostly Australian and New Zealand. Auto parts specialty store. They don't have any of these. They don't. Not only do they not have them, they won't get them. Spindle nut, no good. I got told to go to a driveline specialist. He couldn't find a 2.5-inch 2-hole exhaust gasket in the book at all. So he tried to tell me they don't stock these, let alone the 3-hole one, which I need up the front. Last but not least, when he tried this, he basically went over to the Champion rack and pulled a 4.6 grade bolt and nut assembly off the thing and showed me that and told me that would do the job. I'm okay with the guy not knowing what he's doing in a retail store. They get paid like $12 an hour at best. But if you are an auto parts store, it's 2017, everyone's got the internet. Repco, you cannot compete with Super Cheap Auto and Auto Barn for mass produced high volume auto components and parts that people, just gonna walk in and buy off the shelf. Consumables, oils, things like that. You're just too expensive. Tools, Bunnings has most of what you have. And if you've got time, which you should have with most tools, you can order them online. High-end stuff, much cheaper than you can buy from Repco or any sort of retail store. Unless you happen to get a special, which, is understandable. If you've got a special that's on, sometimes you can get something worthwhile. Also, any parts that I've got time to procure, I'm going to buy online for half of your cost, leaving only one small niche market for you, Repco. That niche market is what I just did. It's me going around the corner on a Saturday afternoon. I want to get the job done. I can't order something online today and have it tomorrow. It may be 3 or 4 days. I wanted to do the job today. So I turned up today to pick up a couple of common spare components. And you don't stock any of them. If you don't stock that, and I mean stock it in your store, there's no point in you existing at all. Because I can order these online in boxes and, cheaper than you can possibly supply them. If I've got 2 or 3 days to wait, they're shipped, done. The only point for you is to have them in stock. You're an auto parts specialist. You need to be an auto parts specialist and stockist. You're not a distributor who buys stock in to then on sell as you get it. If you don't stock it, there's no point in you existing. Yeah, more and more businesses are going that way, but what I see happening is we just can't buy the stuff off you. So I've lived near this store for 2.5 years. I've been in there 3 or 4 times, and I've never walked out having bought something. I've walked in there a handful of times for specific items that I thought should be off the shelf, fairly common items, and you've had none of them. The only component you have had is last week, the neighbour across the road, you had a fuel pump for, I'm going to say early thousands, 2.7 litre petrol Toyota Hilux. So I suppose that counts in the list, but I didn't go up and get it. The owner of that car went and got it, and I just fitted it. That's all I wanted to say. it's disappointing, and I think if you don't start stocking parts, you're not going to be around much longer. Because I can buy every part for any car online and have it within a few days. And I can buy it cheaper than what you can sell it to me. So unless you fill a niche of having the part on hand on a weekend or on an afternoon on the same day that I need it, and I can go in and get it then, there's no point in you existing, because all the other markets are being serviced, and they're being serviced better than you can possibly do. Now, that's the nature of a retail business. I'm not saying you should be able to out-service those other places. What I'm saying is you need to take care of your niche, and if you don't, I don't see you hanging around too much longer. That's it. As a result, I can't go any further with the build. I won't be able to get this nut anywhere today. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's almost 3. So I'll be able to order it online. I'll have it mid next week. I'll probably pay about $2 for it. Exhaust, there's a shop around the corner from work, an exhaust shop. He sells me these for like $2 each. And the stud, I'll be able to find that online somewhere. Probably buy a pack of 8 for $2. And I'll have it all midweek, and I guess I'll do it all then. But I wanted to knock the job over today, or knock as much over today, have it finished midweek, go and get the roadworthy done, fix anything it needs done then get the rego transferred before the registration runs out on the 300. I'm now hamstrung for several days because of this. Now, is that Repco's fault? No, not necessarily. I'm not blaming them because I can't proceed, because I knew I needed exhaust gaskets. I knew I needed studs. I wasn't sure if I needed a new spindle nut, but I checked up on that and they should be replaced. So, but I could have researched that sooner and known that as well. It's not Repco's fault that I won't be able to finish, but Repco could have helped me finish it today. Because I'm going to be forced to have to use 2 or 3 days to source the parts. I'm not going to go to Repco. I'm going to go online and buy all these parts. That around the corner from an exhaust shop, that online, and that online. And I'll get the job done. And it won't be a drama, and it's only going to have taken a couple of days out of my life, but you've just lost a sale. And I'm only one person. I'm not one of those weirdos that goes, oh, well, if I'm not spending money there, no one is. That's not the reasoning behind it. The reasoning behind it is you don't have the parts, I can't buy them. If I'm going in there 3 or 4 times in a row and not being able to find the parts, I assume that's common. And when I speak to other people, I know hardly anyone who ever goes to Repco anymore. And if they do, it's just for miscellaneous knickknacks. And it's just because they're closer. Anyone, who needs any sort of volume of parts is never going there. Which is a shame, because when I was young, Repco was always the place to go.